It's out! Her album's out! Oh my god, holy shit, I have to buy it right now. Okay. Come on. Why can't I get to this? I need my wallet. Why isn't it working? Ah! Why can't I get it? So just a quick disclaimer before this video, because I know it's going to end up being kind of a long one, so if you don't want to sit through like everything that I'm talking about in this album review, you should check out the description below. I'm going to put some timestamps in there for you to check out the different sections if you just want like a certain song or like different ones that I loved or hated or not. Otherwise, if you just want to watch the whole video, I hope you enjoy! I've literally been listening to this album like non-stop since it dropped last night. Me and my friends had this whole listening party for it, and it was the most beautiful thing I've ever experienced in my whole life. I was so worried that after this long wait from 1989 being released, and like not really liking a majority of the songs like released on that one, that I was gonna be kind of disappointed with Reputation. But plot twist, I freaking love it! So here we go, on the last and final day of Swift-A-Palooza. I'm here to share with you the wonders of our Lord and Savior Taylor Swift and her newly released Bible. For this comprehensive review of her album, I've decided to split it into 3 different sections. The first section is dedicated to the songs off this album that I just am absolutely freaking obsessed with.
Why you so obsessed with me? Boy, I wanna know.
Going from top to bottom from the album, the first song that I'm obsessed with is Endgame. When you have a song title on an album that's followed by featuring Future and Ed Sheeran, it's kinda hard for this song to turn out badly. It is such a good intro song to get people introduced to her new era. If you listen closely, you can hear that there's a lyric that Future raps that's pretty similar to one of the lyrics that Taylor Swift shared in one of her making of videos for the song Gorgeous. I'll put a link to that somewhere on the screen so you can check out that video if you want to, like, to see what the whole writing process is for that song. The one lyric in particular that I'm talking about is when he sings, "I've got a reputation, girl, and it don't precede me." It's obviously been changed up for Future to rap, but it's still the same overall concept. My absolute favorite part of this song, though, is the chorus. It is so good, and I sing along to it every time I hear it.
Big reputation, big reputation. Oh, you and me, we got big reputations. And you heard about me. Oh, I got some big enemies.
The next song that I'm obsessed with on the album is I Did Something Bad. The breakdown in the chorus is what absolutely blows me away. I was like, the first time I listened to the song, I was like, it's kind of nice, it's like good, but then all of a sudden the chorus hit, and I was shook. It's a song that's reminiscent of her first foray into dubstep with I Knew You Were Trouble, and also off that same album, the song Red, and that weird repetition sound when she sings the word red. She does a great job at pulling inspiration from the sounds of her past to give some of her listeners something to relate to, while still pushing her sound to the future and cohesively adding this whole song to the album itself. Up next is Don't Blame Me. This string of 3 songs on this album is probably one of the best back-to-back-to-back set of songs that I've heard on an album. This block of songs does a great job at first introducing the listener to her new sound, then moving to more bangers that people can dance to, then we finally get to this song that allows the sound to start mellowing out, that drives the listeners to the more subdued songs that are yet to come. This song in particular takes influence from a sound more classically attributed to artists such as Hozier. To be honest, if you don't find yourself randomly singing this chorus to yourself out loud, you probably haven't listened to this song enough, because it is catchy as frick.
Lord, save me, my drug is my baby. I'll be using for the rest of my life.
The 4th song that I'm absolutely obsessed with is This Is Why We Can't Have Nice Things. This is one of the songs that I'm pretty sure the public and the critics were really hoping Taylor Swift was going to put on her new album. It joins the songs We Are Never Ever Getting Back Together and Blank Space by being full of so much emotion, sarcasm, and wit. This is one of the many spaces that Taylor Swift just dominates when it comes to songwriting. And again, in this song, the chorus is unescapable. Once you memorize the lyrics, it's pretty much over for you. You're gonna be singing them over and over and over and over and over and over. You also can't forget how just amazing it is when the instrumental just goes out and all of a sudden she starts laughing about how hard it is to like say that she should forgive this person of her descent. The final song that blew me away was the album closer. New Year's Day is a fresh take on that whole concept of having someone to be with and enjoy the moments around New Year's Day with. Most songs sing about the fleeting moments leading up to the clock striking midnight and the ball dropping all the way to the ground. But she puts her own spin on things here. She sings about a romance that transcends that brief period of time and lasts until the next day. Throughout all the mundane moments of looking around at the aftermath and having to clean up the resulting mess. Alright, moving on to the next category of songs I've put them into. It's the songs that I just love. The first song that I've placed in this category is Ready For It. It's the album opener. And because I've already done a review on this song, like fully, I'm gonna put like a link somewhere on the video here so you can check it out if you want to. Come right back though, you know, because there's more songs to talk about. Up next is the song Delicate. It's a song that further explores her reputation in the public eye and how that affects like all of her personal relationships in life. In particular, it talks about how this new love must truly love her for who she is, because she doesn't believe she's actually lovable based on how the public perceives her in this moment in time. She's just relishing in this genuine moment of true affection. She truly recognizes how just delicate this relationship is at this point in time. So she's constantly questioning herself to this man because she doesn't want to ruin something that's just so great for her. Moving on, it's one of the promo singles. It's called Gorgeous. It's a song about slowly realizing that maybe the relationship you're currently in isn't everything you've been looking for. She suddenly meets this new person that she feels so special about, but at the same time she can't act on it because of this relationship that's just holding her back and it's tearing her apart. Up next is the song Getaway Car. The first thing I noticed when I was listening to this is that it has Jack Antonoff's fingerprints like just all over it. And while that's not necessarily like a bad thing, I just think that his sound is so memorable and distinct that if he's gonna start producing for like other people more often, like Taylor Swift and Lorde, I just think he needs to push his sound somewhere different so it's not just sounding like all of his other songs that he's made before. And I'm saying this because in the song Getaway Car, at the 1:42 mark, like right around there, when she starts to sing the word shotgun, the lyrics, the sound, the overall feel of the song sounds exactly like his song Roller Coaster that he's made with his band Bleachers. It's in that song when they sing the same kind of words where it's like, we were shotgun lovers. I'm gonna input like a clip of the two songs, like sound clips, so you can like hear what I'm talking about.
First, we never had a shotgun shot in the dark. You were driving. We were shotgun lovers. I'm a shotgun running away.
Another weird similarity I found when I was listening to this song is to her past discography from 1989. When she sings the word go 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 in this song, it sounds very similar to Out of the Woods. And I mean, the whole song is just really reminiscent of Out of the Woods. It's almost like a 2.0 version of it. Right after that is King of My Heart. I mean, this song is on my lower end of the love section, but I don't hate it, so I had to put it in here. She uses a more auto-tune sound in the chorus. It adds a certain layer to the song that makes the overall, otherwise mundane kind of sound just that much more interesting. I don't really have much to say about this song because I don't like it that much, but the most redeeming part of it is definitely the chorus. These choruses that she's been writing for this album have been so good and the best part of all the songs that I've listened to. They truly pull these songs together in such a magical way that I just don't understand. The next song that I've placed into this love category is Dancing With Our Hands Tied. It's another song that does a great job of pulling like sonic themes from the beginning of the album while still staying in tune with this sort of like 4 to 5 song story that she's written about this new man that she's so in love with. On another point, it's so interesting to look at the way she's been organizing these songs in this album. She has these tight blocks of songs where she just regales about this new love she has, this obsession, this passion with them. Then all of a sudden she just hits you with this one song that's a direct attack at the media about the way they've portrayed her and the way the public thinks they actually know who she is when they really don't. It's a really cool concept for an album because not much has been like talked about publicly about her relationship with Joe. The whole thing has really been kept on the low and not much has been written about it. So she takes the time to let the listener know how happy she is and how in love she is with this new person that no one knows about. And then she hits you with songs like Look What You Made Me Do and This Is Why We Can't Have Nice Things that just laugh in the face of the media, and it says like, hey, you have no idea what's been happening or going on with me. What you're writing about me isn't true. If you've been listening to the album and what I've been writing, I'm happier than ever. And what you say about me doesn't affect me because this kid I'm dating doesn't care. The last song that finishes off this like block of songs about her love that I've been talking about is Dress. It's like a sexier song that brings to light more of the passionate elements of her relationship with this new man. In one lyric, she literally says she bought a dress just so he could take it off of her. This is a huge departure from the old Taylor that would just talk about wishing a boy would love her, but then not talking about what happens after that. The final song I placed into my category of songs I love is the last promo single she released, Call It What You Want. And while I'm absolutely obsessed with the chorus and I scream along to it every time I hear it, I'm just not obsessed with the rest of the song as much as I am with the chorus. Again, you can realize that these choruses have just been so good and they're blowing me away in a way that so consistently no other album has done before. Another reason that I love this song is that it's a perfect transition to the last and final song on her album. It takes those hip-hop and electronic sounds from the more audacious songs on the album, but then melds it into a way that slows it down and like starts to signal the beginning of the end for this album. And last but not least, we have the songs I decided to put in the category of Leave. These are just all the songs I find myself skipping through when I'm listening to the album. So first up is Look What You Made Me Do, and you should know how I feel about that song because I've already made a review on it, but if you haven't seen it, I'm gonna put a link somewhere in here so you can just watch me rip it to shreds and just be really angry that a comeback single is so bad when an album is so good. And the only other song I put in this Leave category is the song So It Goes. I don't really know if it's like the whole thing where she put this song right after my least favorite song of hers of all time, or that it's just so boring, but I really can't get into it anytime I listen to it. But really overall, it's not that bad. I just skip 2 songs in a row and I continue on with my life and enjoy one of my favorite albums of 2017. Thank goodness she put my 2 least favorite songs right next to each other. Like, at least she had some courtesy. So there we go, that was my comprehensive look at the first album Taylor Swift has released in like 3 years, since 1989. Overall, this was really such a good surprise for me after all the singles she'd put out before it came. I honestly guarantee you that it's gonna be really hard to turn the radio on the next 1.5 years and not hear a song off this album. Just looking at it from an objective point of view, there's so many hit songs on this for the radio that I don't see why they wouldn't push most of them as singles. In the comments below, just like let me know what you thought of the album too. What were your favorite songs? Just tell me anything that you liked about it. I also really hope you enjoyed this like whole Swift-A-Palooza thing I did, this fun little experiment where I put up a new video every day before her album came out. It's a lot of work, but I really enjoyed it and I kind of want to do it again for other album releases that I'm excited for. So starting next week, I'm going to get back on my regular schedule of Tuesdays and Friday videos. I'm gonna keep switching it up so it's not just reviews, so you don't get really bored. So until next Tuesday, remember, I love each and every one of you, but only if you like and subscribe. Wink. Bye. I'm gonna go listen to Taylor Swift's album Reputation on repeat and annoy the absolute crap out of my roommates.